Hi guys, good morning. I hope I find you well. I'm coming here with good news, and this video has long been waited for. I had a lot of questions privately from people who have been on work permits, like COSs, and they've been allowed to work more than 20 hours a week up until the 26th of August. That's maybe yesterday, but this has stopped. The Home Office has updated its guidance, and from today, the 27th, you're not allowed to work more than 20 hours a week, which means you need to stick to the rules of your permit. Okay, so the rule was if you're on a work permit as a carer, you can only work 20 hours extra as a carer, be it through agency or through a nursing home or any establishment where a similar type of work is being done. So that remains the same thing. Okay, you can still continue working, but always stick to your 20 hours a week. All right, the Home Office will just say it, but just your national insurance number will report you. So don't do it. Don't try to do it just because someone else is doing it, because you're surely going to be in trouble. So stick to the hours that you're contracted to, that you're allowed to work. Okay, this is very serious, and the Home Office is actually doing things that it never used to do. People are receiving letters, are being warned, and I've heard such stories going around. So many people have been warned. Some people have been actually advised to leave the UK with immediate effect. Why? Because they broke the rules of their visas. You need to stick to the rules of the visa that you've been granted. Okay, guys? I know sometimes there's so much temptation, especially for you students. You can be tempted to work 100 hours because you want to pay your tuition fees. I know the tuition fees in the UK, they are ridiculous. So you work hard, extra hard, for you to raise that money. Don't do it. You may not be able to finish that degree that you're doing. So if they say 20 hours, just stick to the 20 hours. That's what it is. Just don't do it. If you are working or you're on a work permit, you're on a visa, on a COS, that will work against you, because when you want to apply for a permanent residence, when the time is due, they will remind you of things that you've done 4 years ago. And it won't be funny, because by that time you will be really waiting for you to just be free and just work without any restrictions. So guys, let's stick to the rules. Okay. And also, because there's so much, people are desperate for COSs. I hear a lot of people asking me, Miss T, do you have any COSs I can pay in amount? Guys, I don't sell COSs. I've always advised you, if you want a COS, you need to apply for jobs. Go through the interview process like everybody else and get a COS. Those COSs which are being sold for 10,000, 12,000 pounds, those ridiculous amounts of money, guys, I am not involved in it. I don't do illegal stuff. I told you that from the beginning. I believe in applying for a job and getting a job. Okay. And for social workers, I know social work is always going to be social working, nursing, care work. There's always going to be jobs in UK. So those are areas that you need to always focus on. I know there are some other professionals, auditors, people in finance and things like that. There are also jobs for you as long as you follow the shortage occupation list and find yourself where can you position yourself, engineers and things like that. There's always jobs for you guys in the UK. It's a gold mine. It's just a matter of knowing where you are, what qualifications you have, and just position yourself. There's a lot to do. There's a lot of money to be made in here as well. Just stick to the rules of the land. Don't overdo it. Don't follow what others are doing, even if it's illegal. I've always advised you guys that if someone comes to you and tells you that I'll do a COS for you, you go on the gov.uk website. It will give you the names of all those companies who are registered as sponsors. So the sponsor is your employer. Those people have got the license to employ you. Okay, not everybody has. Okay, not everybody has got that license. There are certain people who have licenses. Some people had licenses which have been revoked and they're no longer on the list. So it's your responsibility to check before we part with ridiculous amounts of money which you are paying. I know some organizations will say pay for the all the admin calls and things like that are involved. I don't want to go into detail with that, but before they even start to tell you that to pay that amount, you have to be sure that they're registered, they're on the register of employers within the United Kingdom before you start paying. Okay? And don't just pay ridiculous amounts of money, guys. I don't know how to explain it, but because you're so desperate, you just want to be here in the UK. If I were you, I would not do that. I would follow the rules, apply for jobs, go through the interview process, and get a job. That's easier than buying a COS. We've been talking about people who have been banned. You get a 10-year ban in your passport, you can't go anywhere. No country, you can't go. In other countries will be, every time you get on the airport, they'll be like, why were you banned in this country? And they can't give you a visa. So let's try to avoid situations like that where you end up putting yourself in trouble for things that are not worth it. All right. So guys, I think I'm done. 27 August, from today onwards, you are only allowed to work 20 hours a week in the profession which you have been employed to do. If the visa is for care work, so it's 20 hours during care. It doesn't matter which company you do it for, whether it's through agency or other organizations, as long as it's within care work, you're okay to do that. So let's not overdo it. And guys, all the best. You take care. Bye.